Welcome back to Quiet Town Tales, where we drift farther north to the quiet edges of the continent, places so remote that the silence feels vast, almost endless, like the land itself is holding its breath. Tonight, we fly into a small outpost cradled by wilderness, a town that exists because of the mountains around it, the river beside it, and the runway that keeps it gently connected to the rest of the world. This is Bettles, Alaska, population around 12. Perched in the interior of Alaska, along the gentle curve of the Koyukuk River, Bettles sits just south of the southern boundary of Gates of the Arctic National Park and Preserve. The town is small, a handful of homes, a lodge, a trading post, and the airstrip that serves as its heartbeat. Around it stretches the boreal forest, spruce and birch trees standing tall, tundra rolling toward the horizon, and the Brooks Range rising sharp and quiet in the distance. In winter, snow blankets everything. The days are short, the cold is deep, and the northern lights often sweep across the sky in soft greens and purples, dancing silently above the rooftops. In summer, the sun lingers low, never fully setting, and the land awakens, wildflowers blooming along the riverbanks, mosquitoes humming in the warm air, the river flowing clear and steady. Bettles began in the early 1900s during Alaska's gold rush days. Prospectors and trappers came north, drawn by whispers of gold in the hills and the promise of open land. A trading post was built, a small airstrip cleared from the tundra, and the settlement grew as a supply point for those pushing deeper into the wilderness. It was named after a trapper and trader, Bettles, who helped establish the post and gave the place its name. Over the decades, mining faded, but the airstrip remained. Today, Bettles Airport is one of the town's most important features. Despite its tiny size, the runway serves small planes year-round, bringing supplies, mail, fresh food, and the occasional bush pilot heading into the backcountry. It's the lifeline that keeps this remote spot tied to the outside world, a reminder that in Alaska, distance is measured not just in miles, but in the ability to fly, in the sound of propellers cutting through the quiet. The town itself is peaceful, a few homes scattered along the river, a lodge where travelers rest, a small store that stocks basics and stories. Most residents work in aviation, guiding, or supporting those who explore the wilderness beyond. Gates of the Arctic National Park lies just north, one of the largest wilderness areas in the country, untouched by roads, where caribou migrate in great herds, bears move through the brush, and rivers run free, carving their own paths through the mountains. Bettles is not a place of crowds or commerce, it's a gateway, a quiet threshold between civilization and the wild. Visitors fly in to fish the clear rivers, hike the untouched trails, or simply sit on the riverbank, listening to the water move past, the wind through the spruce, the distant call of a loon. In winter, the cold is deep, the silence profound, and the northern lights can fill the sky with gentle color. In summer, the light lasts, the days stretch long, and the land feels alive in a slow, unhurried way. The old mining routes are still felt in the stories told around wood stoves, in the rusted relics that dot the landscape, in the way the town has learned to live with the land instead of against it. Bettles endures, small, remote, connected only by air, a place where the runway is more important than any road, and the wilderness is both neighbor and horizon. If you're ever dreaming of the far north, imagine flying into Bettles, the small plane touching down on the gravel strip, the crisp air greeting you, the quiet settling around you like a soft blanket. Step out, feel the stillness, and know you've reached a place where the world slows and the quiet is deep enough to hear your own thoughts. Thank you for joining me on this peaceful journey. If these whispered tales of America's hidden corners bring you calm, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll explore another overlooked place soon. Rest well, and good night from Quiet Town Tales.